Hey guys, in this video I will show you some simple Cypher setups which you can use when you are playing on parallel. And we'll start right here on B, which is updated. So firstly you can do trips on the sides of this at the bottom, right here, which will go all the way there, or further back like this. There are also options that you can place it right here, so that way it is quite difficult to break and spot. And also you can use this to place your trips. So there's 4 ways how you can do it to stop the enemies from pushing. You can always do simple trips like this that work fantastically. Further back you can do tripwires right here on these corners, so that way it goes all the way back in there, and you can do also one right here on the side. And also you can even try doing a trip like this on the side, since usual enemies, if they will go around it, they will try to go to the back and they would never see this tripwire coming. So if you are playing in a safe spot, it would be smoked off here. You can try to spam them through it by simply using this tripwire. You can also use this one-man cage, which is pretty simple. You just want to stand right here at the corner, and you want to be placing your crosshair right in the middle of this window, which is sticking out right here, just simply a little bit above it. Go up until you hit the ceiling and throw it. As you can see, it's gonna bounce up on the window, and you can activate this one and be playing right here in the corner, or even in tower, in the heaven. And if you activate it, it's gonna look like this, and you will spot anyone who's gonna be right here in B main, and the enemies would never see you shooting at them from this corner. Also, using very simply cages like these should work fine, since as you can see, it's gonna provide you with enough coverage. You can be playing sneakily in the corner right here, having trips on plenty of different spots, and playing with these. So simply doing your cage like this, activating it, and playing around it. Super easy, and it covers this whole area perfectly. And lastly, the cams that you can use here on long. There are few that I really like. One of them is this one, which you do at the beginning of the round. You run forward and place your cam immediately right here, then you go back and you can simply be in the cam, and as you can see, most importantly, you can hear enemies even from rotating very far. And when you are in this cam, you can be hiding right here and you will see anyone. They will never check this cam, since how often do you actually go onto the long and clear anything behind you, like right there? So they would never see it coming if they are more to the left. Once again, super easy. The same thing works for this other side. You can do it right here. You just wanna place your cam as much to the ground as possible, so that way when the enemies are gonna come here and they are gonna clear it, they have no chance of spotting the cam, since it's pretty low. And once again, you can see quite a lot on this from this spot. Next spot which I like the most is placing the cam right here on the side of this church. So you just want to come here, jump up, and place it onto the side right there. And as you can see all the way to the long, and most importantly, you can also spot the mid. So you are covering both of these spots and gaining a whole lot of info for your team. Of course, there is more cam spots. For example, you can do your cams behind yourself into various spots, for example like this. As you can see, once again, you can see a little bit of the B link. This cam would be very difficult to spot and hard to destroy as well, since the enemies will not see it immediately. You can also place one tripwire right here, so that way it would be difficult for enemies to go here without doing anything. So keeping one of your trips right here is not a bad idea either. And you can do a very similar thing right here in the art as well, depending on where you want to place it. I would recommend to place it anywhere in this area. That's the spot where enemies cannot jump over it and cannot crouch under it, so have that in mind to place it correctly. Moving on to B, there's once again plenty of spots where you can place your tripwires. You can use these stairs and this wall. One of the common ones is placing it right here and playing in the pit, so that way you can spam through the wall. You can do one in the back right here, which I really like, since once again enemies will try to usually extend and cover themselves, so you can be standing here and waiting for them, and then simply spray through the wall, getting a free kill on anyone who's gonna be spotted by this trip. There's other spots which should work fantastically. For example, you can use this side of this thing as well. right there, as you can see, once again, very difficult to spot. And you can be using even this corner right here as well. As you can see, if you place it higher, it's gonna go deeper, just like that. But as you can see, there's plenty of variations which you can try to use to guard the A side safely. With cages, there's not really one way cage that I would really recommend that's worth doing. You can always place one of your cages right here, and one that which I like to place is either here or on the other side, depending on where I play. So that way, when I know that the enemies are coming, usually I get the info with my cam, I activate the cage and I try to spam through it. You can spam through the walls, and you can do it on the other side as well, like this. So that way, anyone who will go into these tripwires is gonna get spotted and you have a free kill on them. One of the best spots where you can do cams from is this box. You simply go here and jump there. You have to practice it a bit since it's not that easy to do on a first try, and then it gives you a lot of options where you can place your cams. For example, which I like, is place it on the side of the wall right here, which would be difficult for enemies to check. You can place it on the other side as well. You can either place it onto the right or on this wall, but if you do it on this one, just like this, you will be able to see a little bit into the main mar. However, with placing it right here, you cannot see right through this building, so it can be an issue for you. But however, you can still place the cam anywhere in this area, not on this umbrella though, just on the wall behind it, just like that. As you can see, once again, you gain a lot of info. The cam is fairly hidden, so the enemies would have a hard time breaking it. When you are attacking, I would recommend doing these two trips. Very simple, one right here, so that way enemies can't cross there, and the other one simple in this hallway. You can either place it right here or further in the back right here, but depending where you are going actually. I think this one is much more useful, since if you use this one and this one for the flank, the enemies will never be able to flank you whether you are on A or on B, but they can get a lot of info from here as well. So have that in mind, that you can block them off with these strips. For example, when you are pushing on A, you can try using your cam at the beginning of the round to gain an info if there's anyone standing here. Later on, you can always place your cam anywhere in this area and use it pretty much as a recon dart. You just simply equip it as fast as possible, so that way you can gain a little bit of info. Doesn't matter whether you see them, most important, if you spot them on a minimap, that should do the trick. And then of course, when you are pushing, you can simply throw your cages to the left or block off either of these sides, so it would be easier for you to gain space into the side. So have that in mind when using these, and definitely don't be afraid to use your cam more when you are Cypher, especially on attack. The same thing works on the B side as well. Once again, place your cam, gain the info if there's operator or something, and then when you are pushing further, you can always place your cam on this side of the walls, gain info there, and just simply use them. You can be even closer right here. When there are smokes, you can try to place your cam in the back. It might get broken, you can simply clear it by checking that. If there are smokes, have that in mind so that they don't disappear just in front of you suddenly, and use it. You can always be using the cages later on. You can either use them to cross here and gain more space for your team, just like that, so that way it is easier for you to attack. And then later in the round, you can either place one right here when you are pushing, so once again you gain a lot of space, and then throw in one right here in the back, so that way anyone in this elbow is gonna be blocked off. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Hopefully these little tips are gonna help you, and see you guys soon. Bye.